Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to what is today going to be us having a look at some little class builds for Glaceran Warlord class, which of course is a hot topic at the minute, and you can get some really nice numbers coming out of this with just some basic Forge enhancements. I just wanted to signpost you though, first of all, to this Google Docs page. You can see all the credit on screen at the minute. It's a huge shout out to everyone that's put some effort into creating this. They originally put me onto this and I found it really useful, and you know what, I thought let's share it. It's out there for us all to use. They put a lot of effort and time into creating this. If you've got a random class out there and you're wondering what build or what enhancements you'd like to run on it, then this is a great place to come for some solid ideas and advice on the setup that you should be using. Anyway, let us talk about our enhancement builds for Glaceran Warlord. So on the left we have got Dauntless, Anima and Vainglory, which is going to be a higher DPS option and probably the one that is going to be best to use when you're in group play. You can also just swap Valiance straight into that if you prefer. However, in more solo style play, I was finding I was getting a bit more luck running Valiance, Vim, Avarice. You're getting that haste increase and also the reduction in mana cost, so it is really quite a nice little combo to be using when running Valiance all by yourself. Of course, if you're in a group situation, which you most likely will be if you're using Glaceran, then you're absolutely fine to run this setup on screen, so Valiance, Vainglory and Anima. That's going to be your best one in a group situation, presuming that that's the weapon enhancement that you want on here, and you will be again pumping out some rather nice numbers. Worth mentioning, you will be getting stronger as the battle goes on, so do not worry too much about that damage a second only being about 6,000, because as we'll show you at the end of the video, don't worry, that definitely goes into double digits. The damage you can see on screen at the minute is because we've now swapped into the Dauntless enhancement. That is a slightly interesting one to put on this class. Again, you're going to be getting far greater haste and DPS from it, but the main perk to this class, or at least one of the great ones, is the heal that it does have with it. So if you're applying a decay to yourself, maybe you're kind of just getting rid of the whole point of running this class anyway. Granted, that's just being applied to yourself, but the point still stands. If you're in that situation and you're using this in a group place, well, surely you're just going to want to put Valiance on it. So that's why we've got the two different setups, and you can kind of merge them about a little bit as I've just shown you. Just quickly, for those of you who of course are probably interested, what does this look like with some basic potions chucked on for a little bit more damage? Well, this is it with Dauntless, and again, it is really nice. You're in the 20Ks pretty much every single time, or at least that's what the big critters are coming out as. That's using potions such as Battle Elixir, Poter on a potion. For those out there that pot load though, I'm sure you can get these numbers absolutely stupidly through the roof, but for the vast majority of players who don't want to spend a load of money, that's probably the more generic ones you're going to be using. A Swiftness Elixir could also be considered if you're struggling with the cooldown times on your skills. Okay, so here we go, Valiance, Vim and Avarice. This is a comp that I really quite like. This is probably my favourite one, especially if I'm running Valiance. What I found is if I wasn't using those Forge enhancements, generally the cooldowns on your skills make you feel like you're playing just another Chaos Avenger, because you have to delay and pause when you get down to like 0 mana. Again though, the DPS I found to be really quite strong and really quite good, so this makes it a viable solo option. But as we said earlier, if you're in a group situation, the mana and haste won't be so much of an issue, so realistically you won't be using this then. Vainglory and Anima will do you absolutely fine. Just to touch on, the particular combo that I've been using has been 2, 3, 5, and then we've been going 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, and rinsing and repeating. This does keep you mainly in that DPS mode with Frozen Heart active, so you may want to think about that if you've got other combos you prefer using that are a bit more balanced and can have you flicking between all the skills a bit more evenly. If I was doing it, I'd probably just remove the final 2 from the combo, making it an odd number so that next time around my Frozen Heart won't be active and I can pick up all the abilities of my skills which are effective when of course you don't have Heart active. Anyway folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave the video a like and of course subscribe. Let me know down below what class we should look at next. I had good fun playing around with the Forge enhancements on this, so we're going to do this a lot more often.